Mall, Tim Boss. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Bart.
Good to see you.
Hey,
Welcome back. Happy fall.
it is already, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the leaves are falling and it's crisp.
Summer's been extended summer, which I think we're all happy with, but it's coming. October tomorrow, Halloween month.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of gearing up for you for Halloween. I have some Halloween ideas. This will be my going into the 39th Halloween year. I think they're just going to prop me up and call it a day. I'll be as spooky as you can get. Yeah.
Well, you've weathered 39 years remarkably. You look great.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's quite a track record, and I think Halloween has been for the Jackson Antique Mall where a lot of people discover the place for the very first time.
It is. It is. You know, and partially due to you folks whiles ago when we talked about the hauntings and the things like that. We did many segments and everything along the way. But currently, we're seeing a surge in the vintage venue, so to speak. The days of antiques are kind of sliding back a bit, and we're seeing more sales in the vintage and the retro field.
Retro.
Retro, right. So I brought you some sort of samples of some collectibles that are really not as old as we are, but but yet kind of generating the market. The blown mold things, colorful characters, things like that. But yeah, Halloween is creeping over the top of Christmas as a collectible.
Wow.
Well, look at Target and Lowe's.
So the orange pumpkin, the thing kids walk around with to collect candy.
Yep, blown mold items from
mold.
the 60s and the 70s, very strong. And they'll command some pretty strong prices too.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, Casper.
Casper right here, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
And again, you try to find these folks online, you'll see some exorbitant prices. Come down to the Antique Mall. We're housing 60 dealers currently, 7 days a week still.
Wow.
And it's now starting. So the season has begun for us.
So price, it's supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Absolutely that. One thing that is so very helpful to our local community is that we can all reach out and get it through Amazon or all those kinds of things. But you're supporting a local person who supports the community, right? Just like you here. And it's right in front of you. So you have the option of taking it with you as opposed to waiting.
And you can touch it.
And you can touch it. Yeah. A 3D thing right in front of you as opposed to online venue where you don't know what you're going to get. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and people, I think that's a common problem with the Amazon and the online marketplaces is that you are misled with size in particular. You might think something is, you know, life size or average or to scale, but it's really just a miniature, and there is a lot of I think misleading that goes on.
Yeah.
I've seen people, I know that I thought it was going to be this big, and it was just this.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing better than having it right there in front of you. Like we say, we are housing currently 60 people, and I'm getting geared up for the Halloween season, and that'll turn right into Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, yeah, we're just...
How about costumes?
We have vintage clothing. We have costumes. In fact, I brought something from my own closet, right? And what I want to do is I want to patch the torch to you.
Oh my
I
gosh.
want you to have it because I feel like you might need to keep Kathy in tow after I leave today.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Kathy's familiar with my wardrobe.
Yes. So the pitchfork, it's part of the devil's
bet.
outfit.
You bet. Yeah. Clothing is really generating a lot of interest at the Antique Mall. And if you notice my window right now, the 50s, 60s clothing,
I knew you were coming on, and I meant to get over there.
very, very popular.
How often does a window change?
About every 2 weeks.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So vintage clothing, like from what era?
70s and 80s is currently the fad right now. It's not necessarily 50s, 60s. That was a couple months ago, and now it's the 70s, 80s. So big hair.
Big hair, bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms, buckles, high platform shoes, pinstripes, colorful, big lapels. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have all that stuff.
Wide corduroys.
Wide corduroys.
Leisure suits?
Leisure suits. Oh, I should have been more prepared for you. I have a great leisure suit. I'll wear it someday for you. Yeah,
Do you really? What color is that?
lime green.
With contrasting
Oh, it
stitching?
should be, yeah. If I remember, that's right. And the darn thing about that, I wore that crap in the day.
Yeah. Well, I had a baby blue leisure suit with navy piping or stitching.
Sure.
Man, it was hideous.
Did you have a ruffled shirt?
I did actually. I think for my wedding, I had a white tux, ruffled white
Yeah.
shirt.
Hey, so are we really vintage? Well, maybe not all the way. Yeah, yeah,
But we throw that stuff away just before it comes back,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And that creates a supply and demand. Yeah.
And so we can't. I mean, it's just like, oh, I've held on to this. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And as soon as you throw it away, it comes back.
It comes back. Everything is cyclic. Yeah.
But you have to throw it away in order for it to come back.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Polyester, Dacron.
I remember the day when Sears and Roebuck had the first batch of Poison pinstriped flare bell bottoms, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They are. They're coming back.
Mhm.
So, what about somebody? They don't want to be a fashionista for Halloween, but they want to, come up with maybe a gangster or whatever.
Sure,
You've got
sure.
all the different components.
We do. We totally do. And the other things that help stimulate our kind of business is that things cross over. Colorful things you can add them as accents. I'm wearing a little pin here. It's sterling with turquoise. Now, these are popular as can be.
Yeah.
So you're mixing and matching, you're bringing things back to life, you're having a nostalgic time with it, you're making somebody's booth rent, and everybody's happy.
Brandon wants to know, because he's, I think personally invested in this, are the Beanie Babies ever going to be worth anything?
I think he really likes Beanie Babies, right?
Yeah.
It's the first known collectible that I thought wasn't really going to go far. It's self-generated, most of the markets like that are. But I got to thinking, we mainly in our business want to touch stuff, hold stuff, feel stuff, display things. What really can you do with a Beanie Baby? You put it in a plastic container, right, to protect it. You don't take the tags off of it. You stack it up. You don't really get interaction with it, where you're going to get interaction with other types of collectibles. So are we seeing a huge surge in them? No.
No. All right. Well, what days and hours are you open?
Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5:30, and Sunday from 12 to 4:30.
Every day.
Every day of our life. Yep.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Thank
Happy
you.
fall.
Yeah.
Jackson's antique expert and former Michigan Auctioneer of the Year, Tim Boss.
Thanks, Mark.
Stay tuned.